5 years.
You like it?
It's a job, sir.
Well, Ahmed, this unit specializes in finding Taliban munitions and explosive sites. Basically, we get into trouble. Sadly, we lost our last interpreter.
Understood. And it's Ahmed, sir.
Oh. Yeah. Well, it's Sergeant, not sir.
That was a scene from Guy Ritchie's new film, The Covenant, a gripping tale of duty, loyalty, sacrifice, and the power of friendship. The film follows U.S. Army Sergeant John Kinley, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, and Afghan interpreter Ahmed, played by newcomer Dar Salim. After an ambush, Ahmed goes to great lengths to save Kinley's life. But when Ahmed and his family are then left stranded in Afghanistan, Kinley is compelled to return to the war zone to find them before the Taliban does. And joining us now, the film stars Jake Gyllenhaal and Dar Salim. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us today. The film is terrific, action-packed. I had to remind myself to exhale a few different times.
Thanks, Jonathan. Thanks for having us. Thank you so much. It is a tense ride. That's for sure.
No question there. And Jake, I want to start with you. You've acted in a few other war-related films, such as Jarhead and Brothers. But tell us what drew you to this part. Why did you want to tell this specific story?
Well, I mean, first and foremost, it was Guy Ritchie, our director, who's made, classic films, is always entertaining, and I've always wanted to work with him. And then also, I think the idea of, doing good and not having it sentimentalized. It's a story about two sort of very unlikely, people coming together and having, I wouldn't call it a friendship, but a kind of reluctant, begrudging relationship, which I loved about it. And the idea that, doing good comes out of action, not necessarily out of, thinking of oneself as good. And that's what these two guys do. We like to call it an action parable, because that's what it is. It's a very simple story about doing the right thing.
So, Dar, your character has sort of a key line in the film where he suggests that he's not a translator, but rather an interpreter. Explain what that means and how it sort of informs this unlikely bond between the two men.
Yeah, as Jake said, because this is a relationship which is, based off necessity more than a natural relationship between, say, two Americans or two Afghans. They're kind of stuck together. And what Ahmed is saying to John Kinley is, listen, I'm not a Google translator here. I'm actually here to interpret the situation for you. I'm here to interpret the culture for you. I'm here to interpret how things work in my country. And even though you're in charge, my life is at stake too. So this is kind of the get-go, the starting point of their relationship.
So, Jake, you mentioned that Guy Ritchie at the helm was part of the appeal here, and he is known for, shall we say, an unorthodox approach to filming, sort of relaxed, a lot of improvisation. Tell us what that experience was like. Did you find that challenging, rewarding, a little bit of both?
Oh, I loved it. I think I can speak for Dar when I say that it was, I think the creative experience at its best is when you have someone, particularly when you're making a movie, who is the leader, you're in their mind, you're in the mind of Guy Ritchie and you are in service of that, but also collaborative, and when he works, he starts with a 60-page script, partial sort of treatment, some scenes written out with dialogue, and you find it together. He writes throughout the process, but you really discover the characters together. And I loved it. I love doing different things and different versions of things. I just don't think there's one fixed way of being creative. And so to find different worlds and to explore them it's inspiring. And working with him was just great fun. There's no reason when you're making a very serious movie that's full of action and tension and all that stuff that it can't be great fun too.
So, Dar, how did you prepare for your role? As mentioned, relatively new to the U.S. Film business. How did you incorporate things from the real world into your character?
Like any other role, you speak to a lot of my friends are veterans from the Iraq and Afghanistan war. Denmark was part of the coalition where I'm from. I spoke to interpreters, and you know what? Mostly I just focused on the conversations with Guy and with Jake on the set, because that's where the movie really happened, as Jake explains. This is, you had someone who knew where he wanted to go, but he created an atmosphere where we could find it together. And I just loved the fact that we ended up making it's a wonderful action film that will keep you engaged and at the edge of your seat. But at the heart of it is true emotions. It's not a story about two actual interpreters and soldiers. It's the story of all the soldiers and all the interpreters. And it's a story that you can make larger than life. And it's still emotionally true because you have it's a fact that all interpreters did put their life at stake every day working alongside the U.S. soldiers. And all U.S. soldiers did put their life at stake every day trying to do the right thing. And, once we found that heart of the story and the relationship, it was a wonderful ride to be on.
So Jake has just mentioned this film is not based on one specific soldier, one specific interpreter, but we well know that there were hundreds of interpreters who are still left behind in Afghanistan after the U.S. military withdrawal in August 2021. The film makes that clear. So when audiences are watching this movie and about the covenant, this bond, this promise between the soldiers and the interpreters, what should they take home about those who are still there after risking their lives to help their American soldiers?
Well, I mean, first and foremost, as an entertainer, we hope that they're entertained and they love the movie, just that it was action-packed and a great adventure. But I think, hopefully, we are a country whose ethos is no one left behind. And to me, this movie is about not just as Americans, I think America is made of heroes, and oftentimes reluctant ones, but it's the fabric of who we are. And it's not just the fabric of who we are as Americans, it's the fabric of who we are as humans in this world that has become so global. And to me, I hope that we take away the idea that we leave no one behind, and that we are, good, and there's good inside of us no matter what, and to look out for each other. That to me would be a success, and that's what I'm so proud of that the film communicates.
Well, it certainly communicates that, as well as a lot of action that will leave you gripped to the screen. We really appreciate you both being here. The Covenant is in theaters now. Jake Gyllenhaal, Dar Salim, thank you both.
Thank you, Jonathan. Thanks for having us.